Welcome, Scorpio Sagittarius, to your Astrodice reading for October. I hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you and your Astrodice. This is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Best message. Only using one of the 12 houses, so let's see what's going on with you. Okay, going straight to the 7th house. Ooh. That's some Mercury energy coming through with some Scorpion energy. Love it. Okay, so that Mercury is talking about how you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. Wow. So lots of information and coming right out of that Mercury retrograde here pretty soon. That's, it's going to be a little different. You don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, here we go. Maybe I don't want to communicate. No, it feels a little more lively. But there is something maybe a little secretive about it as well. So because of this Scorpion energy, this energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. So careful of that. Going straight into the 7th house, this area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romance, business, or family. So definitely talking about all of those areas within your life, especially, when we're talking about that Mercury, we're talking about, really how you're communicating through these areas and how you're talking and interacting. So let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Straight into the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. Whoa, card just falling out right now. We got new supportive connections coming through right out of the Mercury. I mean, just falling right out. So who is this new person? Is it a new person or a person that you finally feel like, you know what, we can support each other now, where we were not having a good time together, right? Okay, so having more great gratitude to this supportive connection. This supportive connection, really makes you happy and really is fulfilling the situation as you're having a milestone. Whoa. As you're having a milestone over here. And it is. It's like almost like it's breaking this milestone. It's really allowing this connection to really go through. It could be a new person at work or something. It doesn't have to be, somebody you already know. It could be somebody you already know. Take it how it resonates. You know who it is. In the middle of the month, you have the status quo. Everything is really kind of staying the same, though, with the status quo, which means I'm not getting richer and I'm not getting poorer. Everything is just the same. So I've really just kind of equaled myself out in the middle of the month. I'm not really getting any extras, So just knowing that, the status quo is staying the same. Nothing new, nothing different. The loving woman over here, the status quo within this loving woman as well, which could be the supportive connection. We are doing very well together also, and letting go. And it's like letting go of anything that, if it comes up, I'm not going to hold on to it, right? I'm just going to allow the status quo of me and this person to be able to continue. Maybe you and this new supportive connection bump heads a little bit. Maybe so. But it's okay because I'm not going to allow anything to get in the direction of where I'm going. I need to keep it the same. Wow. Need to keep it the same. Taking the steps in the end of the month, taking the steps towards the great achievements. Wow. And not having any dark thoughts about it. So anything that, because anything that, it comes up and it's like, that's not what I want. I'm not going to allow that. And I'm not going to allow anybody into my energy to allow me to feel negative at this time. There's just no reason for it. Right? And it's almost Halloween time, guys. Let's be happy. Throw a party. Dress up, whatever you do. With the new supportive connection over here, there's a lot of communication, right? We're talking. We're having a great time. We're opening doors. There's a lot of new things and a lot of new discussions that you guys can open up about. And it does feel like there is a lot of conversations and a lot of new directions and a lot of different things going on. A lot of opinions might also be throwing at this time. That doesn't require a whole lot of work, just listening skills, right? With the great gratitude, though, there is a little bit of drama. You know, guys, there might be, it could be that you and maybe this Scorpio, it could be another Scorpio, it could be you and a Scorpio or a Capricorn, are really kind of going at it head to head. And maybe you are, not always seeing eye to eye. So maybe the supportive connection is they are here to support me, but we kind of bump heads. I really kind of feel like you two kind of bump heads a little bit, but yet they're very supportive. It's one of those situations. Or maybe it's two different people. Okay, I do kind of feel that way, though. They support me in this area here, but then as soon as I say something about this, they want to bump heads because we're not still on 100% page. Right? So it does require some work. There does seem to be a little topsy-turvy if it's not a little bit of drama. It could just be that we're not balanced in this situation, right? It's not balancing. So it kind of gets my emotions a little upset, or that the communication doesn't always seem to be as balanced as I want it to be. But learning from this information that you're getting from the Page of Swords, that's why I said there might even be two different other people involved here, because I'm kind of feeling two energies. I have one that's very supportive and then one that wants to argue. It's like, hey, but you know what? Hey, me and Capricorn said, and then Gemini's over here going, I just don't feel it. But there's a lot of information coming out. And, it's like, sometimes it just feels like in the very beginning of the month that it's kind of, wants to resurface some of the things that you're trying to give chance to make peace with. And this is where you have to let that go, right? Because we are supporting each other, but we kind of bump heads. The status quo over here is, it's not really going anywhere. There's no real new growth to the situation. Like I said, it's just staying as status quo. It's just staying the same within this person. But you're not going to have any kind of barriers or anything of this nature. There's no challenge because the status quo is the same right? So there's no challenge. So I'm just going to let that go and determined to let that go, because I'm not going to allow you to, take away any of this, because I feel like I'm in boss power right now. So socially, you're, very active, right? Not withdrawn, just really active and really feeling like you're in your power at this moment. So there's going to be a lot of energy around you. And I think, though, the thing I like about the middle of the month is where there was a little bit of like, we're not 100% always on the same page. They're kind of, because you don't have the challenge from them. See, no challenge from this person. That makes you, more on, like, I have the ball in my court. So you can be more, at peace with any past issues and just let them go without having to worry about it or revisiting them or anything. Taking the steps is allowing the Two of Cups. So you definitely have this loving, situation going. But you are realizing that, where we are going, we can make the grass greener than it was before. So I do feel like it's not that they're stepping away from the situation. There's a great achievement by saying we can plant new seeds, right? And make things better with the High Priestess, because there's a secret piece within, there's that secret within the Scorpio. There's a secret piece within me that has a secret desire to say, you know what, this is where the great achievements are if you would just pay attention. And there is kind of an impulsiveness going on that I do feel within you, because you're really, because you want to get to the Ace of Cups. So all the dark thoughts that you have about the situation, you're letting those go as well. So that way you don't have to return to any of those things. You're saying, this is where I want to be. This is where I focus my attention. This is where everything is going. Things that really matter is what I'm really passionate about. And I really feel like you need to be on board with me. So maybe definitely dealing with some kind of air sign. But definitely this is, our communication and the way that we're expressing things no longer has to be a headbutt. We can actually really 100% connect. And towards the end of the month, you're going to realize that they're going to kind of be, because of the status quo in the middle, It's kind of almost like they're saying, okay, fine, let's just see what's going on. So you kind of feel like wherever this is, whether it's business, love, however it is, that they're kind of forcing themselves. I'm sorry, it is. It's kind of like they're forcing themselves to have to listen and to have to pay attention. Okay, fine. And this is because you're saying, because I'm in boss mode and I have this, I've got this. Stay, it's like stay tuned to what I'm trying to tell you. And this is why they're not putting up that challenge, because they kind of do see this and they're saying, okay, but they're not going to allow the status quo to change at this time, and not until everything is really, where it needs to be. Right? So very nice in that area. It's like you got this. It's just going to be one of those kind of slow moving kind of unions, where whoever it's with, because they have to really come to the conclusion that this is, this is where it has to be. And you putting in all of this, charm and thoughtfulness to this situation. And I love that, because you are using this Scorpion energy that's saying, yeah, but look, I'm like a mastermind right now. I've got all these thoughts and all these things going on, and that's coming here, but it's also intense. And, you're really using these emotions through how you're communicating, but they're picking it up. It's just that they're not picking up to the point, guys, to where you really wanted it to, but you see that. You're saying, I'm watching. I just, we're hitting a milestone. I just would like to see a little bit more. Like I said, they're going to come to the conclusion at the end of the month. Okay, fine. Right. And then they'll be able to kind of solve the problem and move past it. So that way you can start to really feel like you are moving towards the Ace of Cups over here, as you're really getting better connections from them, as you're making the grass greener over here. But they are noticing it. They're noticing the union. Okay? Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.